Hello.
guys.
Welcome to an episode of me and you. Oh no, actually, this is Bravo While Black, but we have one of your favorite black people. Yo, what do you say on your podcast, Kendrick? You're like
Your
your mama's. Go ahead.
favorite black geek. Yeah, your mammy's favorite black geek right here in the
I
building. This
love
about to
it.
be a black ass episode, and I'm ready for it.
Yes, we in honor of Black History Month. We got to start off with a Black History fact. Aaron, today we're having a Halle Day. Me and Aaron both have a fact about Halle Berry, and my fact is that she was the first African American actress to win an Oscar. So that's what I love about Halle Berry. Like, she played her ass off in Monsters Ball, and I am unapologetically commending Catwoman. And if anyone disagrees, they can fight me about it. I know that Catwoman gets shit, but that was a great movie. So go ahead, Aaron.
Okay, my fact is the parents of actress Holly Berry chose their daughter's name from Holly's department store, a local landmark in her birthplace of Cleveland, Ohio. So that's how Miss Berry got her name.
Oh, wow. Okay,
See
go
that?
ahead, Halle
She was
Berry.
also our first Storm
Yeah.
live action. So there we go. Boom. I
Yes,
came in all
Kendrick has
prepared. There
his.
we go.
Listen,
And she did what needed to be
Homework.
done
You
for that time, you know. For that
No,
time.
she was. She was given what the fairer skinned Storm would give.
Yes.
She gave what needed to be gave, so we'll let her have that.
The
we
anime
hoping that
version.
right, not the anime version. we
hey, this
just go.
is Patreon talk. So we gonna go back to Bravo because y'all are acting a fool, and this
See
you gotta
that?
pay for this content, honey. So Kendrick, we are so excited to have you here. Like, I remember, responding to you, and like that's how I found your podcast, because you used to, like, I don't know, you responded to us, you followed us, I followed you back, and then I'm like, what a unique podcast. Like, you talk about everything in pop culture, but at first I thought that you only talked about Housewives and Marvel, and I'm like, how are you going to tie the two in together, or how is that even going to, but you find a way to talk about it all.
You do the damn thing.
You do the damn thing.
Thank
I'm
you.
such a huge fan of your podcast. Like, I
Yes.
can honestly say that I do not miss an episode of your podcast.
Oh, look at you! See, y'all got me blushing over here. See, that's like I'm getting kudos from Beyonce and Kelly. Now I'll let y'all fight over who's who, but I'm getting kudos from
Okay,
Beyonce
that's fair.
and Kelly.
I just
and
had
I'm
my
just-
baby.
There you go. Look, there you go. That's number 2. There you go. Okay. And I'm just trying to stop being Farrah Franklin. I'm trying to work up to like Michelle level at least. Let me stay in the group a little bit longer. That's how I'll be there one day. I'm coming with y'all.
Oh, you
I love it.
absolutely are. Your content is just A1. It's for
Yes.
everyone
Thank you.
to enjoy, and it does a very, like, this is what we made our podcast and our page around: the Black perspective on all shows, not just Black
Mhm.
shows, not just white shows. We are watching Atlanta and Vanderpump Rules. We are watching
Right.
Potomac and Summer House, and that's what you do. And we gotta face it, Black people are just funny as hell. So that's what gets me going when it comes to your podcast. Please tell us how it came about.
So I feel like my story is probably like so similar to everyone else's, but then so different too. I'm one of the people that like had been thinking about it for so long. I was listening to, all my favorites. I'm such a true crime person. So like I was listening to all my like murder podcasts while I'm at the park, running scared as hell, thinking somebody behind me. And then like I'm like, okay, I need somewhere to put all this mouth. What am I gonna do? So I finally just like, I'm like, you know what? Let me research, and I might actually take this leap because I'm falling more and more in love with podcasting as I go. I ended up like doing all my little research. I found like a good ass microphone at a super big discount because I wasn't about to pay full price for shit. So I found this microphone. I was like, okay, let me get my phantom power, all this stuff. I started doing my research, and one day I got somebody to do my graphics, and I just jumped out there and never looked back. I was like, I want to talk about pop culture from a black person's perspective. And I'm when I'd like name my podcast, for those of you who don't know, my podcast is Me and You, the Housewives, and Marvel 2. And I named it because I'm like, okay, who's had the biggest impact on pop culture like in the past decade? And I automatically think of like the Real Housewives because there are so many of them. Everybody, like for a while, like everyone watched the Real Housewives. And then I'm like, okay, and Marvel makes $1 billion plus every single time they put off a movie. So boom, there you go. And I like Outkast, so bam.
Yeah, every time I say your show, like if I'm recommending it, I have to sing the song because it's just and I remember Aaron had to do a video promoting
yes, and I was like,
and he did it
my
like 7
God.
times, and I'm like,
I had to say this shit like 8 to 9 times, but now I finally got it down pat.
That's so funny because during that time I did a Christmas series. For those who don't know what they're talking about, I did a little Christmas series of all the controversial topics, and I everybody that did that for me, they messaged me and they were like, God damn, like it took me like 7 tries and I hadn't even recorded the thing yet. I'm like, you know what, but I love you. I appreciate you for doing that for me because I know I stressed you the hell out just trying to say my name. So I appreciate that shit. You always got a place in my heart.
But we love you, baby.
Exactly. So one interesting thing about your podcast that I noticed is that you are the Beyonce of your podcast. You don't have no guests. Tell me about that. Like, are you ever going to have guests that outside of, obviously celebrities? You would definitely, if a celebrity came up or a Marvel star came up to you and like, can I be on? Yes, please.
Oh, absolutely.
But like, are you ever planning to have other podcasters, or do you just want people to get to know you and just be about you, and then you'll do your little guest appearances like you do? So
that was like my whole. Like I was like, okay, I want to really establish myself first, and then once I get comfortable footing, like I feel like I'm comfortable now because like now Wednesdays when I record is so like second nature. The problem is when you're the Beyonce of your podcast, you can just as easily be the you can easily be the now see that it's Black History, but I was trying to think of a white person. Let me see.
Oh, okay. You can be right now. We don't like Justin Timberlake no more.
There we go. You also could be the Justin Timberlake and just fuck some shit up. So my whole thing is I'm trying to, I don't know, for some reason having guests on is a little intimidating to me, not because of like the actual having them on and talking and stuff like that, because other podcasters, that's all we like to do is talk. So, I mean, that's not an issue. It's the whole like editing and like all this kind of stuff. Cause I want somebody to come on, record with me for like 2 hours. Then it's like, girl, I forgot to hit the record button. Like, ain't that some shit? Can you come back on tomorrow and then we'll figure it out? I'm not gonna buy you nothing, no, but can you just come back on and give me some more of your time? And then I feel bad. I done ruined my reputation and all like this. So I'm like, okay, let me get the whole recording, editing, all this stuff down with other people down first. And I want to start inviting people on. I was thinking like, well, maybe I'll make it to maybe like a milestone. So like maybe this summer, when I get to like my year mark, then I'll like celebrate by having like a guest on. Maybe I'll be so big that like Chris Evans will come on and he'll drop another dick pic for y'all.
So
courtesy of Kendrick.
I want to also know, who is your dream Bravo guest?
Ooh, Bravo. It's, you know what? I need somebody that can talk a lot. It would probably either be Portia, because Portia's my favorite, or I don't know. Sometimes we need to address Andy Cohen sometimes. So maybe I need to be the one to talk to Andy one-on-one. Like, let me do a little special and just ask you, like, did you think you did this right? Or then, maybe I want a little secrets too. Like, was that bitch high when she showed up to the reunion? That kind of stuff. So I need to know the tea. Like, let me know everything. So either Portia and
Portia and Andy have a good
right.
time.
Yeah, those are really good guests.
I think it'll be a good episode. Let's see what they'll do. Maybe I can get what was I about to say? Maybe I can get Nene or Mariah to come talk to me about some shit. You know, it looked like they got a lot to say, so and they'll take any platform. So Nene, Mariah, hit me up. Right, child. She's been dropped too. That might be the perfect time to slide in. Hey.
So who are your top favorite top 3 Bravo celebrities? Not just Housewives, but you have to pick from Bravo. Like, you know, you're into Summer House now. We love Married to Medicine,
yes,
Atlanta, Potomac. So you have to pick only 3 of the whole network. What 3 would you pick?
Oh boy. Okay. Something about, I don't know what is, I feel like me and Teresa have just been on this journey for so long. I feel like Teresa is one of the goats in this shit. So I feel like Teresa is probably one of them.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like, oh boy, maybe my love for Mariah Huq runs very, very deep. I think she's one of the funniest people to ever come through Bravo. Same. So I would love to give all those compliments to Heavenly, but you know me and Heavenly, if I ever catch in the street, we might have to fight. She cuts up on that damn show, so I can't put Heavenly up there, right? So it'll have to be maybe Teresa, Mariah, and you know what? I appreciate what Nene has done so much over the past. I'm gonna put Nene in there too. I feel like I can't just leave her out because
when you think Housewives, you think Nene Leakes.
Right.
Like, no matter what she's doing, no matter if you disagree or agree with her, she is a GOAT. So she's earned it.
Bye. That's the GOAT.
Exactly.
That's the GOAT. Ooh.
We want, now that the season is over and we've got the first part of the reunion down, we want to talk all things Salt Lake City, especially from your perspective. You know, we loved the show ever since we saw the preview of it. Yes. And now that the whole world has seen it and how it's unfolded and the first part of the reunion, we want to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So I guess we can just start with the relationship with their husbands. Okay. Everyone's is like a little different. Like, my favorite relationship would definitely be Elisa and her husband, because I just feel like she has a partner, a true partner, and her man pretty much they make him seem like he just does what she says, but I can tell that, you know, he's a man and he's going to let her be on the Housewives and, you know, play the boss type, and she gets that Housewives check. So that's my favorite relationship. What are you guys' favorite relationship on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
I love that one. That's because mostly I love when she said one of the recent episodes, she's like, I can go out of town and I ain't even got to answer my phone. I know my husband got the kids and like all that kind of stuff. We got help. I'm like, see, everybody ain't blessed enough to have that kind of relationship, because you know if I went out of town, you know, you'd have to, okay, like, wait a minute now, I got to call every 10 minutes. Like, okay, y'all turn the stove off, right? Like, now, wait a minute now, y'all got the mail, because y'all know them folks steal. Like, what's going on now? I got to check in. Listen, if you listen to my if you listen to my podcast, you know I like a little bit of chaos. I'm gonna go, since you went with Lisa, I'm gonna go with Mary and Granddaddy. They my favorite relationship.
Oh my!
They my favorite. Granddaddy is supportive.
I did not expect you to say that, but I'm just like, I love it.
Absolutely, this is.
I love it.
Granddaddy, listen, Granddaddy is. The man has her back, okay? She wanted to cry over Jen Shaw. He was like, what you crying for? Don't cry over her. Why you crying about her? I like that. See, they are like the typical, you know, I'm down south. They like the typical black pastor and first lady at the church. People think they are so strange. I'm like, I have known those two people my whole life, from the way that Mary dresses to the way she talks to the way she told them people they stingy for not giving her enough birthday money. I've known those people. I've grown up with them. That is nothing new to me. I've been scolded by the first lady many times for not tithing in church. See, they keep their eye on your ass. They know exactly what's going on in the church. I don't know where that money going until y'all put a new doorknob or something on this damn door. I ain't giving y'all asses nothing. How about that?
I want to call her the sister act queen, since like Lisa Barlow is queen of Sundance. Like, queen of that church, because like, did you hear? Don't talk about my church.
Okay.
At the
And she was
reunion,
very
You
right?
don't want me to
much
talk about your
dead ass
alcohol.
serious. Yes. So you're not
Come
gonna
on,
do
Mary.
that. I'd say for mine, it's definitely gonna be Jen and Coach Shaw. Now, as far as him not showing up to my daddy's well, me and my daddy have that's another story. But that might be a little bit different. But
Kai K is dying right now.
I just
Okay.
love
Go ahead.
I just love their relationship. I love how supportive he is. And just that moment, that emotional moment that they had on the bed where he hugs her and he comforted her. That was a long time coming. You could tell they should have had that talk like last year. That was something that should have been addressed a long time ago. But I just like that he's there and he's always by her side, even if he has to fly into town. And she has to call him on the FaceTime to let him know what's going on. He'll show up and he's there, and I like that. And he's
Yeah.
he's
Everyone keeps saying that they're completely opposites, and it's like opposites attract in some
yeah.
sort of. And I like a man who's
Yeah.
gonna let me be crazy and
And he
show my ass,
does, but she has a limit.
but not
He
too much,
yeah,
right? That's why
because
she's
he'll
like,
be out
"Oh,
there.
Sharif is not Sharif. Sharif is not gonna." And I'm like, okay, like
And that's
right.
I
that
get
balance.
that because I'm like when you go too far, and you kind of realize that you like okay, I'm just kidding. Come
every
back home.
Kanye needs a Kim to bring them back down to reality every now and then.
And
But
I'm definitely a Kanye.
Child, I'm about to say
Yeah.
even she gave up on his ass though. So I don't know if Jen, hold on for dear life. You got it. That's a good man, Jen. Don't let him go.
And I believe she got her shit together too. So
Yeah, I mean, she was quiet at this reunion. She was real, docile and just
I
letting.
feel like Sharif had a talk with her and was like, "Listen,
Yeah.
tighten up.
He was like, "Look, you know that church lady gonna say something crazy to you. Just let her. Just let her. They'll get in her if they need to." And that church lady was damn sure coming for her.
Mary
Jan
was going.
she came alive, and we are definitely going to get into that later, honey." So, what
Yeah.
about the friendships? What is your favorite friendship between the Salt Lake City ladies, Kendrick?
Ooh, you know what? I talk about my cousins all the time. Ain't nothing
Yeah.
like the good cousin relationship. So I think I'm rocking with Heather and Whitney. I do like that duo a lot. I feel like Whitney, you know what? We don't give her enough credit because she's one of those people that has that voice that makes you not want to take them seriously sometimes. But when you listen to her, she actually like at the reunion, she articulated herself when she was talking to Lisa really well. I was like, okay, then let me stop doubting you because every now and then she opened her mouth. I'm like, girl, okay now.
I
She's
call
one of
her
them.
like
But
the pumpkin spice girl because she dresses like
yes.
it's always fall and like she pulls looks and everything, but she's just like yeah.
Every time she
Right.
talks, I just imagine all these butterflies just like floating everywhere.
Not a care in the world. She just walking through life, just happy, just living, loving life. And now she found her a rich man. She ain't got a care in the world. That lady just happy as hell.
It must be nice, child.
What you said.
My favorite is definitely Lisa and Meredith, though.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure ours is the same, and it is.
That's usual.
Lisa
I do
and
love them though.
I definitely think it was relatable when Meredith admitted that she had a side dude, and Lisa was like, because that's exactly how I would react. Like, if we were in that same situation and Aaron had a side dude, and I'm out here literally defending you, and
Right.
I would actually, of course, I would lie for you, but I have to know the tea first. So it was just like, she kind of like, was even sitting there, she was visibly like shaking.
You like Aaron do not
So-
cheat. Aaron is not a cheater. He is a faithful man. And Aaron come in like, well, yeah, I got a little something over on the side, over in Hialeah,
That was
she
so-
That's why you tell your friends. You tell your friends.
You have
let
to.
them know.
I would have been
Right.
so mad.
They need that one friend to cover up for you. I always had that one friend, the one you can call just like, when your man like, wait a minute. Now, I know you cheated.
Something
What you
ain't
gonna
right.
do? Right. You can call that friend like, girl, wasn't I with you last night? And she's like, yeah, girl, you always with me. Quit playing.
Girl, you was just over here. Was looking at Little
Right.
Women in Atlanta.
She's sleeping on the
and
sofa.
she all out of town, right? Y'all in
a
New
different
York
country,
right?
Yeah, and then you hang up the phone and you immediately call her like, bitch, your
Right.
husband is looking for you, child.
we need to fly in, girl.
Go home, bitch. Go home. Shit. Go home.
I think that my favorite thing about this show is that everyone has their part. Even Mary, as many episodes as she stayed in the closet, she was an integral part of the storyline.
Yeah.
And everyone has their separate storyline, but then they all mesh together. Even though Meredith does want to disengage a little bit too much for me. You know, some people live for that. I was for it the first 2 times, but at some point it's like, bitch, do you want to be a housewife or do you not want to be a housewife? You're going to engage sometimes. Like, this is Housewives, and I feel like she's so secure with her storyline with Seth that she thinks that she doesn't have to, interact with the ladies so much, which is why she's so comfortable engaging, because she thinks she has her shit down pat. So with that being said, me and Aaron at least love everyone on the show, but if you had to kick one person off, who would you kick off?
Ooh. Okay, so you know me. I'm not sending Mary nowhere.
You need the chaos.
That's my perfect level of chaos
automatically.
Right. Lisa was crunk at their reunion, so I need Lisa to come on back. Period. It would probably be Heather. You know, we all need the relatable one. You know, okay, you relatable, you down to earth.
Everyone has their place, right?
Right. You like the chicken on a stick or whatever. Okay, you cool, you safe. She got to have a cousin, so we'll let Whitney stay there. So it probably be between Fallout Boy. I know that's right. It'll probably be between Jen and Meredith. And I don't know. And I really like Meredith, but then I also appreciate what Jen brings to the show. I don't know. I want to hear y'all.
That's
this is just
I need the whole cast, but right. Let me see.
But we are not.
Let me not be a punk bitch. I know. Let me quit being a punk bitch.
Your Bravo. I'm not honey. You making our casting changes. You are saying what you said, and you said what you said.
You know what?
Who are you kicking off?
Staying in it.
You motherfucking right. Let me see. Okay. You know what? I'll probably kick Jen off and get a new villain. See, Jen don't realize that she's the villain. And if she actually sat in that villainness, Jen could be like an iconic character in 5 or 6 years. Like, we would appreciate Jen to the fullest if she truly realized that okay, I'm the villain on the show. I think, let me ride that shit out. Let me ride it till the wheels fall off. Kenya Moore came in and she was like, now wait a minute, y'all calling me the villain. I don't know why, but then around season 7 or 8, she was like, okay, I'm playing the fuck out this villain part. Let me keep doing this, So I think I'll kick off Jen until she's ready to be the villain. Then maybe I'll invite her back, Katie Ross style, season 4, and see what she do then. That's what I do.
Katie Ross style.
But she don't come with Katie wigs now. If you come with one of Katie wigs on, your ass can't come. You got to stay at the house.
Shout out to the Twitter account Katie Ross wigs. That shit.
Child.
Days upon
them
days.
Some wigs, baby. Them the ones you take the whole wig out the bag and you just shake it like that, and then you put it right on. Just don't attach it to nothing. Just put it on. Bake. Right, the shake and bake wig, baby.
I love Talladega Nights, but that's another story. Aaron, who would you kick off?
I would have to say Meredith.
I would say the same thing. We tried not to have the same answers.
I know, but we do, because it's just the honest old truth, And that's not saying, but Meredith. One thing I will say is that she really grew on me towards the last few episodes. Now I understand she just doesn't want to engage because she doesn't feel the need to, and that is
but the fuck off the show if you feel like true. I'm sorry, that's not what we're here for, baby. I appreciate Meredith for her looks, especially for her relationship with Seth. I am invested in their drama, but for her to feel so comfortable of walking away from every single rah shit, no. You're gonna film or you're gonna go.
I'm disengaging. Thank you. I'm disengaging.
I'm gonna disengage that check, and right. So
I will say that you talked about Aaron, you talked about her looks. I can see, you know, if y'all ever got a reality show, I need y'all to give one of them pantsuit moments with the fur that they gave at that Met Gala.
Damn pantsuit.
Listen, that
y'all.
Met Gala brunch was the most chaotic.
Ooh, it was. I didn't know what to think about it.
I thought about it for days after, and I'm just like, that's when I wasn't sure how much I was gonna like it. Like we had saw the first episode and it was like, okay, this is gonna be good. But like when they got to that episode, we were just like, what is going on? And then you appreciate Mary for Mary, and it's just like, okay, I'm all in. I think that's when I realized that like they have got gold.
Keep in mind that I don't know if it was because that brunch was split like over 2 episodes, I think, towards the end of one and then the beginning. One of those episodes, I think it was the second one. Jamal Bryant, that's when he did his whole thing like on Instagram or Facebook Live or whatever. So like I literally, it was so hard to focus because I was like, okay, and I put it on that episode and literally I'd forgotten all about Jamal. I was like, oh my God, this is peak TV right here. Like what the actual fuck is happening on my TV right now? Like I didn't understand a thing that was going on, but I could not turn away. I was like, okay, Mary Cosby is gonna go down in history. I don't know what for, but she go down in history.
In that closet.
She go right. She gonna be
like,
there. That's all I know.
I feel so like weird. Like it's just hard not to. She makes it hard not to like her.
Right.
And it's like we should hate her. Like she married her step granddad. We have audio of her calling her church members poor and that God wants them to be poor. And she doesn't want to go to 7-Eleven because it's too many black men out there.
Mary.
And it's just like, but then we watch her and she's just so, she sucks you in. It's so enthralling.
She can get away with a lot because normally somebody else did half the shit that she did. I would be like, they need to get their ass off the show now, like immediately. But with Mary, it's like she does it so well and so underhanded that you're like, okay, I need her to stick around. I don't know. I don't
like
approve
everyone
of it.
Knows a Mary. Like, every black person knows a Mary in their life. That's why I feel.
That's like, the thing.
I know a Mary in my life. I used to live by one, and it was just like they genuinely don't see what they're doing wrong.
Even with her fashion choices, she's like, "I love it. It's not for everybody, but it's for me."
It always starts off like that. It's not for everyone, but you know, I love it. That
she's like, "But I can rock it."
Right. But it's like crazy. Right.
But she makes it seem so believable to the point that I'm starting to believe it.
You believe it.
I'm like, maybe her wigs aren't that bad.
Like, and then it's like, and then my mom will come into the room and be like, what is she wearing? And I'm like, you're right. Yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah, they wake you back up.
Thank you. I needed that reality check. Thank you. It's like they showed her in like the green loofah thing yesterday. And I'm like, you know what? That's not the worst, right? I'm like, maybe that's not the worst thing I've seen. White stockings, you know what?
Fashion meets
it's
shower
bold.
time.
I like it, right? And you know what? Me and Chelsea, oh no, Bravo, were talking the other day, and we were like, what's crazy is about her. We were both like, what sucked us into this show was that she had married her that was the big line. Like one woman on the cast marries her grandfather. That's literally like bottom of the totem pole now. Like when you think about her, I don't even think about that. She gives you so much chaos on a daily episode that it's like I forget she's married sometimes. I'm like, that's not even the headline anymore. Like, wait a minute, who is Charlinda? Like, wait, that's your step cousin, niece, auntie, and you don't even know her? Wait, what?
What if she's been with you for 20 years, but you don't know much about her?
Right.
And now Charlinda is no longer with her.
Listen. I'm telling y'all that husband thing, that's the least thing. It's like, okay, I got questions about a whole lot of other shit. Then I get to the husband later on. I don't care about that no more. I want to ask you about the church. I want to ask you about Charlinda. I want to ask you why you hoarding all that shit in your closet. It's a lot of stuff I want to talk to you about before the husband. The husband seemed nice enough.
How many homes does she have? Does she ever go to those homes? Like all of this shit is just.
I want to see the closet in those homes too. and what's
Right.
in them.
Child, I know it's all kind of boats and yachts and shit she hiding from the hour. You know what? Let me stop. I don't want to get nobody arrested during Black History Month. Let me stop.
The IRS.
Right. Let me stop. We don't want them initials problems now. Not them initials on.
So, in speaking of fashion choices, who do you guys think had the best fashion?
Meredith, unfortunately, even though
Not unfortunately.
Yeah, because it's just I don't want to give Brooks the clout of actually like, yeah, he kind of did that shit. Like there are certain times where I'm like, not necessarily, but like Meredith turned to look, especially that animal print that she had on in Vegas.
Listen, you know, I sent you a whole 3 voice notes about that shit because I'm like, listen, what's going on in the scene? It's about this shirt right now. Like, right. It looks way too
Meredith,
good.
and then Lisa, and then Jen. And the rest is like, I don't care. What about you, Kendrick?
Oh, okay. You know, sometimes I'd be a little embarrassed to say my thoughts sometimes because I know how they will come across. So definitely 100% Meredith. I definitely agree with y'all on that. Let me just say though, I don't hate Mary's fashion choices as much as I did in the beginning. I don't know why. I think it's what we were just talking about, but like every now and then I'll see something. She's one of those, oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but she's one of the people like Drew Sidora who, you know, when you go to the mall and you buy like a whole lot of fly shit, you like, oh, that jacket fine. Oh, I love them pants, yada, yada. But then you go home and you put it all on at the same time. She's both of them they have that problem. Like they dress like they're on Broadway, like they're about to perform The Wiz or something Wicked. I don't know.
Something.
Both of them have that problem. They both just like, it's a label and it's flashy. I'm gonna put all of this shit on and I'm gonna give y'all a moment. It's a bad moment, is what they don't know, but it's a moment none the least.
It looks like that. You remember that Kim Possible game on Disney where you dressed her up and you had to throw on all that shit
Disney.com.
at the same time. She had on like a scarf and some snow boots and like some sunglasses or flip flops.
Sharp as hell, saving the world. Come on, Kim. Come on, Kim.
It just looks wrong.
Yeah, and that's my problem with Drew Sidora. It's like she didn't give what she was supposed to give with that "I'm from Chicago" moment for me personally. She didn't, like I was expecting a lot more, at least an argument. I didn't want to fight, but then it's like also the way she dressed. Like I said with Taria, I'm like, she just needs to take one. Every time she gets dressed, go back and take one thing off, and that would help her.
Exactly.
Much
exactly. Like if she did that when she had them over to her house for that whole I'm getting ready to move party. Now I don't know what the fuck that is, but
what she had them over.
Who knows? It's like I don't even question with reality TV anymore.
But you're leaving, but it's a housewarming at the same time.
Like, can I not just come over to your new house when you decorate it? Like, is that not a thing anymore?
What's happening?
You know what? I don't even question people on reality TV no more. I'm like, you know what? Okay, girl, we'll go along with it. But it's like that. If at that party, if she had just done like the hair the way she wanted to, and like maybe lost those pants, just did like the regular suit, I would have been here. Now you got to take some of that goddamn eyeshadow off. You can't do all of that and the hair too. Take the eyeshadow off. I know we in
Atlanta too, because that was my first thoughts. Like I just thought of, you know, Phaedra throughout the first few seasons. You remember her in that eyeshadow?
Oh, no, she was so
married to medicine.
Those were the looks though. Like for that time period.
Oh,
and you know the southern women
Quad, Quad Mariah with those two-tone fade
unblended. The favorite thing is completely unblended. They literally put it on top of each other,
right?
And like they worked it so much, and I'm like, maybe I will. And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and do neutral.
Right.
And you got to have the attitude with it.
That's the women from Georgia,
right?
That's
I'm telling you. Yep, I'm telling you, they'll send you out. Don't let them do it. You be looking at it, you like, you know what? That's kind of fly. Then you get in the mirror, you like, nope, no.
That's my grandma. Nope, she's like, I like that one. I like that.
that baby be sharp. That baby be sharp. I'm like, no.
Where can I get some?
No, she not.
Let me get on QVC. I'm like,
And
okay.
she get on
Grandma.
QVC and she see them pants that Drew had on too. Boop. All right then. Let me get
Yeah, they gonna come. They gonna come in a few days. Okay.
Oh, easy payments.
So this season gave us so many like amazing moments between the "you smell like hospital" fight to this Vegas blow up. What would you like to see next season?
Oh, you know what? I think I want to see. First of all, I want them because I feel like it's been so long since they actually filmed to when this reunion aired. I need, first of all, them like to spend the first couple episodes giving us some backstory as to what the hell the drama was about, because I feel like maybe I was lost because I follow them all on social media, but I don't follow them like that. Like when they beefing and stuff, I didn't know all that was happening. So when Lisa and Whitney and Heather were going back, I'm like, wait a minute now. On the finale, y'all were the best of friends, peachy pie, going flying together. And I'm like, what happened? Like I expect Jen and Mary to fight. Like if they weren't fighting, that would have been weird. But like I need y'all to tell me a little bit about how we got here. And then like I would be okay if Mary and Jen made up though.
Yeah.
I think that
I feel like that would be a great friendship.
Yes.
Like both of their chaoses.
Right.
It's, oh my God, perfect storm, I feel.
There would be a lot. Now, you know, it would probably last as long as Portia and Kenya did. But even if we just get that little moment, right? Just give us that little moment and then go back to beef, and that's all right. I'm cool with it.
And that brings me to this question: who is on Mary's team?
Lisa is actually a good. She does a good job
Not
at
from
being
what
neutral.
Mary says.
Yeah, but both Mary and Jen are the kind of people that are like, you're either going to be on my side or their side. You can't be friends with everybody. And it's like,
right.
No, like I feel like Lisa does a good balance of, you know, even when she was in Vegas, she was FaceTiming Mary, keeping her up with the tea and like all of that stuff. It was actually Whitney that was like perpetuating all the fucking drama, who decided to go and tell what Lisa and Meredith allegedly said from the mouth of Mary. So I feel like
Whitney was so damn drunk. That's why, you know what? I've been giving people a lot of grace because I be as drunk as they do sometimes. I know when Whitney showed up to that party, she could barely get the words out. I was like, oh, this
She's
baby
like,
so
I'm
drunk.
A straight shooter.
Right.
Aaron cannot get over that. Every time he's like, she's not a straight shooter.
She's not a straight shooter at all. That's like the last thing that she is, but it's so cute that she thought she was. And that was a mess. Like, and then when she tried to touch Jen's face, and she's like,
you know what it reminds me of? It was like when back with like I think it was season 7 of Atlanta when they made producers got in Cynthia's ear and they're like, okay, when y'all all go to dinner, it's gonna be all 8 of y'all. Make sure you bring up the fact that Phaedra sleeping with Jamal Bryant. Well, they didn't say that.
That was I remember that so clear.
It was so out of place because
and so
like,
awkward.
You know, well, you know, they had and they told me you showed me the message, and then I was like, oh my God, get it out. This is so embarrassing. Like, what is happening right now? And then Phaedra was texting and everything. Phaedra was going on about a bitch. She was like, you know what? Let me call the Uber because I ain't got time for this shit.
Phaedra in that purse.
Like, oof. You know that when they say what Bravo moment lives rent free, that one, that's it. Her swinging that purse, and who is Mr. Chocolate and swinging that? I know that's right. Don't worry about
was not having
Bryant,
it that
okay?
night. That was when Phaedra let loose, and I love how they were all trying to like get her to calm down by the car.
Like you need a whole round of people for support,
right?
Wasn't Nene there?
Mm-hmm.
And Nene was living for it. Nene was like, "Ooh, you done pissed Phaedra off, child."
You know who was living for it? That damn Demetria McKinney. She was sitting right next to Phaedra, and she could not stop laughing. She was like, "Wait a minute, what is happening right now?" She was like, "Y'all can sit up here and let Claudia take my peach, and you about to get to fighting on this season? Let me go back to Roger Bob ass and figure my life out."
Not Roger Bob.
Did we like Demetria? Did we like Demetria?
She gave what a friend needed to give, a one season friend.
I don't have any qualms about Demetria. I just like I don't
think very much House of Pain.
Yeah, very much House of Pain, very much Phaedra asking her if she does crack, very much going to drop some beats, and that's
she
pretty
said, okay,
much
now who?
it.
Nene said, who is Janine? She said, oh, that's my character I played. See that? If we don't know who the character is, don't try to drop her in conversation.
Is she really a crack? Do you do crack?
That was just the most rudest, unnecessary, hilarious shit I've heard.
Nene looked at her like, for real? Like that's what we doing for real? You asked her later if she do crack on Bravo?
But it was the fact that she was so dead ass serious about it.
Right. Dead ass.
Okay.
Dead ass.
Let's fucking wrap Salt Lake City up. Okay, so the last thing we have about Salt Lake City is, what do you think about the first part of the reunion and how Mary came alive, how Lisa was giving all the attitude and the confidence, and Whitney, like you said, she had herself together. What did you think about the part 1 reunion?
First of all, I was shocked when I found out it was gonna be 3 parts, because I was like, are they really about to give this much? And then I saw the first part, I was like, oh, y'all giving, okay. That from start to finish, I was pretty entertained. Like Mary came there, she was like, look, I got some shit to get off my chest. We go talk about this shit tonight. So I was all for it. Whitney wasn't no point. If she, damn it, Whitney, if you could have just got you a good printer, if you could have went to Kinko's or your cousin house or something.
To me, yeah, that's what I hated. It's like, if you're gonna bring receipts, you need to literally look at your receipt and see if it's clear. and like they had to skip over the moment. It was so embarrassing. It's like such a ass down.
But Andy, that's what Andy gets for getting up. He loves getting up to get those damn text messages. Like he will get sitting all the way across the room.
See that? It's like, first of all, you had coronavirus before, and you asked her, you supposed to get that lady 6 feet, and you walking right up on her to get them damn text messages.
He was like, well, I gotta get them texts. So
being messy. See that, Andy? They gave what they needed to give, though. Everybody. At least Lisa really came alive. I wasn't expecting her to be getting all of it, but for someone to get as much as she got coming towards her, she handled it well. The only time she even got emotional was about her kids. Everything they were giving her, she was coming right back at them. I was like, okay, Lisa, I see you.
And them being jealous about how confident she is, and she's like, listen, some people have to buy books on how to be confident. I just am confident. I'm like, and did.
And now that's how you clear a bitch right there. That's how you clear somebody.
Heather was like, yeah. I'm over Lisa, because Lisa is she's very dismissive towards Heather. Like Heather cannot say shit.
Well, they both feel like they're both of the cousins. They like, look, no. The funniest shit in the world though was the fact that Lisa told them people to roll the footage, and then the footage was exactly what Heather said and not Lisa. I was like, oh damn, you can't do that, Lisa.
As long as you say it with confidence,
right? She like, Heather said, no, you had your back towards me. She's like, no, roll the footage. And then she had her back towards Heather. I'm like, damn, Lisa. I
love it. And then Andy's like, okay, moving on. And she's like, okay, we're not moving on.
We're not right. When you tell Andy that was
a moment.
That was like a Teresa moment, kind of, and like a Nene moment. Like, no, I'm not done. We're going to settle this right now, and especially because she's not really like that like confrontational kind of person. She's like, yeah, like let's take it from the top. Like we're going to settle this right now. You know what? People keep going in on her about her Tanner. Like she was.
He was definitely standing. He was standing for Lisa.
That's fine because she gave what she needed to give. Like
she did. She was giving that was like 5th, 6th season housewife energy. This is your first reunion and you came in swinging. Like I wonder like if that's just her like personality, or are we seeing like people that have been watching the show for so long that they know exactly what they need to do when they get there. So I'm kind of wondering, but regardless of which one it
whatever
was,
it is, it's entertaining.
It did enough for me.
And then the second person who I was surprised by was Mary. She had her like her Mary energy.
That's all you can say.
When when did she fall asleep? Because during the first part of the reunion, she was absolutely like checking bitches. Like, don't talk about my church. You know, Jen is a hot mess and
About
everything.
the alcohol.
Yeah,
Right.
And that was
That
that.
Mormon alcohol.
And I was like, okay, I didn't understand how how the two
Listen.
related, but hey,
Right.
they said we're gonna drop it, so we're gonna drop that shit. And then,
See,
you know,
I
thinking
like
about
that.
what you said, Kaya, Meredith added nothing. Like, I was trying to find a moment when Meredith said something that was kind of like witty. You should just
and
wear
she
that
talked a
top
lot
again.
too. Like she
Yeah.
talked a lot, but said a whole lot of nothing.
She's one of those very like matter of fact people. Like she, you know, I guess we don't expect her to throw shade or read or nothing like that. She just one of them people like, no, I'm gonna give you the facts and then I
No,
guess
I'm
gonna
not
go on
engaging.
home.
I'm done.
Right. I'm gonna go on home. That's exactly what she
Well,
gave. I will say though, when I saw the pictures of them online from their reunion, I thought everybody looked terrible. Everybody looked a lot better than I thought they would sitting
yes.
down.
We were
there
just
was a
talking
lot
about
of sit down attire is what I'll call that.
Maybe they had to get a better camera crew. Maybe
yeah,
the
well,
real
I
camera
think
crew had to come out.
it transferred
Right.
better on video than it did in just pictures. Like when you
Right.
see the movement of like a piece of fashion and how it lays on the person when they're talking or when they're reading or whatever, and like it was way better than the picture, and that's what happened for me with Potomac. I was disappointed by
Yes.
that photo, but then on camera I was like, oh, okay, I got everything, but Robin's tattooed hair, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's like bad.
Is
That
it
looks like Whitney's text print.
is it bad that I didn't like I literally like I'd watched the first like whole hour of that and I didn't notice until I got on social media. You know, social media, you know, everybody was gonna rip it apart. So when somebody finally posted a picture, I was like, oh, I
What
didn't
is
see
going
I was going up for you, but I didn't see all that now.
Who did that?
Don't embarrass me now. don't embarrass me.
That's how I feel with Drew.
Well, yeah, you do.
I almost choked.
Yeah, I do. And you know,
You do. Absolutely.
but I did post that moment on our story, so you guys seen where Drew served. You know, for her little, I think it was a TikTok video. She did that, and her hair was done.
With the
and
long
her,
wig.
yeah, and I think that was maybe a Pretty Little Things outfit or a Fashion Nova outfit. She did what needed to be done, you know, for her, and
Right.
we can appreciate
Put that on
it.
there. Yes, make sure you put that on there. You know, see, you always got to give people when you know they do their personal best. You know, so you know, you might not be where I need you to be right now, but you ain't done that before, so I'ma still give you kudos for that. You did just enough to get by. You can't sit over here, but you can at least get in the building this time because normally we won't even let you in. So that I'm okay with that.
Well, we're not gonna
liked
see
it.
whether Kaya agrees or disagrees because it's like
her face says it
is
all.
given.
So, our last question surrounding
Bye.
we always give out an MVP of the season award. Kendrick, since you're our guest, you will go first. Who is your MVP of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
Let's see. I'll do season and I'll do reunion.
Okay.
I'll say
Break
the season. Season, I'll probably say Heather because she kind of held it all together. I feel like it was a lot of moving parts in this, and I feel like she was kind of the nucleus of the whole group. Like she kind of was the one to bring all the stuff together, and I think she was the one that I wasn't expecting, like initially, to really give anything. But she's the one that when she needs to, she's like, okay, now don't fuck with me now, but I'll do this. But you know, she gave me enough, so I think I'll give her the MVP of the season. Of the reunion so far, hands down, Mary. Mary turned that first part of the reunion out. Maybe because I went in with such low expectations of her. I was thinking that she was going to be, you know, in the dressing room closet the whole time doing this reunion. So her actually coming out and playing, I was more than happy with. So I'll go Heather for the season, Mary for the reunion.
Yeah, I respect that. I think for me, since we'll split it up like you did. So for the season, I know that A lot of people thought it was too much, but Jen Shaw
Jen.
flipping the absolute fuck out was the only, like, that was what I was looking forward to every week. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is Jen going to do now? Like, I would tune in and be like, okay, Jen might slap a bitch. Like, let's see what happens with Jen. I get that it was over dramatic. I get that it was too much, and I understand 100% and agree that she was wrong. But also, it was entertaining. So therefore, Jen, whether you like it or not, she was the MVP of the season.
And you know what? That episode where she flipped out in Vegas, that goes down as one of the best Housewives episodes of all time. So I give it to it. Like that was the episode. I watched that episode, like it came on, then watched it live, and then I stayed and watched the repeat that came right on after. I was like, okay, that was a good ass episode.
Happened? Yeah,
right.
It was just so much.
Right. So I respect that.
So for the reunion, Mary, just like you said, because I didn't expect it. We got Mary in the recordings. We didn't get Mary in the closet.
That's true.
Right.
And
She
Mary
got
in
out the closet.
Totally different.
Come on, Mary.
Totally different. I'd say mine for the season, you know, we obviously have the same answer, KO, but I'm gonna be different this time around. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Meredith for the season, and for a specific moment. It's just her having that side dude and Lisa not knowing anything about it. Like, I don't know. It was just something about that moment that I was like, I kind of like, I stand.
You live for it. I know.
I stand because nobody knew about this shit. She kept it under wraps. And a lot of people are like, oh, your shit has to be out on Housewives. And Meredith was like, no, it actually doesn't. Like, until that moment, it was fun until it wasn't.
And even me, like, it's not that I doubted that she had a side dude, but I didn't think that she would admit it.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, if you guys have to know, with that voice.
I don't want to engage, but if you have to know.
You're talking about my marriage. Me and Seth were separated and we saw other people. And like, that was it. So what about reunion here?
Oh, reunion. I think we all have the same answer. Mary did what Mary needed to do.
Mary came through. Mary had her little lamb and she brought him too. You feel me? Mary had that little lamb.
Especially, she is on lamb Jen's ass.
Oh, like back pockets. You hear me? She was
like
on
my
it.
mom would say, like, why don't rice? Like,
right.
And she was not letting up. Did you see the faces Jen made?
Jen was just like, Jen just had to turn her head every time.
I'm gonna let you have this because I've been at the damn fool the whole season.
This whole
and Andy's looking at my ass right now.
And I think that Jen saw how social media, like going into the show, it was very much shot squad, blah blah blah. Everyone was going up for Jen, but then it was like, wait, Jen is kind of wrong, and then she's doubling down on being wrong.
Right.
But me, I can appreciate it because also like how she talked about her mental health, how she talked about she was grieving. Like, I get it. Like, you go up and down. It's very clear when someone is going up and down like that, they're not normal.
Right.
So, but she going into the reunion, she kept that in mind. And also Sharif probably gave her a Coach Shaw talk, like, calm the fuck down. But Mary, like, she took her moment and it was iconic. And I cannot wait for next season.
I love that we're applauding Jen for being calm, but then I bet like episode like part 2 or 3 of the reunion, she probably throws a chair at somebody and all kind of shit probably goes on, and I'm gonna live for it, honestly. I've been waiting for a chair to get thrown in a reunion, so I'm here for it if it happens. I'm here for it.
So we are going to wrap this up it's not going to end anytime soon because we have multiple things we want to ask you about, but it's going to be in the form of an and did game because every time we talk, you always be like, and did.
and do.
So you're going to answer Watch What Happens Live style. You know how we like to do our episodes. We're going to give you certain situations and you're going to say and did if you agree. But if you don't agree, you said and shouldn't have.
Okay.
The first situation is Sheree shifting Kim's wig.
Ooh, and did. Yes.
I knew it.
You know what? Normally, I wouldn't want. I'm at an age now where I'm like, you know what? You ain't got to put your hands on nobody, but that wig was synthetic, so it needed to be touched. Right. she needed to shift it as far as she could off and throw it in the garbage. So yeah, I'm with you on that one,
But just like I think that was one of the most or first like real viral moments of Atlanta.
It was running outside and then meaning
Mr. Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan's daddy.
Fucking put your hands on me. Are you fucking crazy?
Oh, they used to give.
Kim was not having that shit either. Like, her raspy, aggressive voice.
Oh my god! You know she showed up to that restaurant with a football helmet on, don't you? I don't know if they showed that in the actual episode, but I saw like the extended clip somewhere online. She came with a full football helmet on, ready to argue with Kim. And the ring didn't mean a thing.
Okay. Okay, I want to bring up the next one because
go ahead.
I hate this. Kenya bringing out the cookie lady.
Oh, okay. See, y'all know I'm so damn messy. Let me.
Okay, I want to answer it. And because Kendrick, if you don't know, Kendrick lives for Kenya, and Kendrick is gonna say, "I understand that maybe it didn't warrant all that, but it was an iconic moment." Blah blah blah. So go ahead. It's okay. Be yourself.
Y'all know if I get any new followers, if y'all follow me after this, I need y'all to know. Before you follow me, my favorites tend to be the ones that keep up a whole lot of shit. That's just how it is. I like people that keep up shit. And Kenya, I've always had a bad relationship with her, but I really do appreciate a lot of the bullshit that she does because it tickles the hell out of me. My dog is going insane right now, but
we're just ignoring it.
I know. I'm just like not even looking at it right now. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna be a decent human being.
But it's Black History Month. Be unapologetic, Kendrick. Fuck it. If you want to say and did, and she did, and she'll do it again.
You know what? You right. Okay, I'm gonna say and did because it gave a good ass TV moment. Eva was eating them cookies. They didn't know what the hell was going on. Cynthia act like she didn't know what was going on.
Sam, okay. That was.
I love me some Tanya though. But I
love some so funny with the whole wig thing. She thought that shit was funny as hell.
She was so like, and she didn't understand what she was
doing. And got gooped right afterwards. Gagged.
When she seen that cookie lady, she was like, "What the hell is this?"
She's like, "I know you lying to me."
She's like, I'm going back to Canada immediately after this.
Right.
Her and Trina Braxton with that accent.
Mahoose.
Mahoose. I don't know what she's talking about,
but yeah, I'm not gonna let her in my house.
You know, Tamar is just, I don't know, it's my house.
Like, how all of y'all was born in the DMV area, but she was born in Canada? How did that happen?
Because Trina,
what's y'all family look like?
She created her own like
life.
Right. Come on, Trina.
I'm about to fucking choke. If you guys have not watched Braxton Family Values, it's a good watch. I think the first 2 seasons are on Netflix, literally. The rest are, I think, on Hulu, and it's a good old time. But that's Patreon talk. I would like, okay, so we're going to go take it back in Married to Medicine. The Mariah and Toya fight.
Ooh, and did, and damn did. That was, let me tell you something. And I'll tell you why I love that fight most of all. My favorite kind of reality TV fights are when you have 2 willing participants. When you have 2 people that do not give a damn about what's about to happen and they ready to just grease up their elbows and just start swinging. That's my kind of fight. I don't like it when one person's really meek and kind of don't want to fight, but then the other one want to punch on them. I don't like that. But what they were giving,
They
were giving
ready.
two motherfuckers that was tired of each other.
I'm sick of your
TIDE, tired. They was tired of this shit, and I
People
live for
don't
every
talk
moment
about
of that fight.
Mariah Mama, and that's just that on that. Like,
That was
Baby,
the one
Mama
moment,
Lucy
though.
came over with that purse. Ooh, wee.
I missed her walk. Like that was a walk I've never seen in my life. Like
Mama Lucy was dragging, so she had to get she had to get from point A to point B however she could.
Mariah was not. She didn't stand for that, but Toya was with it. Like that.
Right. That was
why
a
I
moment.
just love Mariah. Like,
Right.
I'm going to miss her on Bravo.
Oh,
And it don't look like she'd come back from that because I heard
right.
she's so child.
Right.
Oh, we got MKE exposing Brooks cancer scam.
Oh, now listen. Let me tell it. That was the last great season of OC. So, and Megan came. That season was probably my favorite of OC ever. Now, granted, I didn't watch this bullshit that it just went off, so I can't fairly judge. But that was a good ass season. I was with all of that. If you got enough time, if you are such a kept woman that you got enough time to call around the city and ask people if this man comes in for cancer treatments, that's my kind of shit. I love that kind of mess. That's the nose and neighbor mess. I love everything about it.
That's what's gonna keep you on Bravo.
Right. Indeed. I'm talking about she checked the letterhead, all kind of shit. I love every moment
But
of
also,
it.
I'm here for the chaos of Brooks completely lying about it. I know it's a terrible
Right.
thing to lie about.
That is horrible.
That was a terrible
Why?
thing to lie about having cancer. But him literally forging medical papers.
Do you not realize like that is fraud?
That is it's a mess. You can't do nothing but laugh nowadays. And think about it. Vicky Ass was really out there telling us that she was sitting next to him getting these treatments.
But that's why I stand for Vicky, because that is like,
so we're a mess for liking it, but you're gonna talk about how you stand for
don't
Vicky.
call me out, because Vicky was there.
No, tell us why Vicky is amazing.
Listen.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Vicky stood by her man. Stand by your man.
Oh, Vicky.
Oh my
Vicky. You lied for that man getting cancer and he still dump you. That's some shit there. You gotta fight me if we break up after that. We got the square up.
Kudos
No choice about it.
to Vicky. Get her a moist towelette.
Give her a Sprite because she was thirsty for a little while. Hell.
Okay, so Brandy spilling the tea that she allegedly hooked up with Denise Richards.
Oh Lord. Now this one I'm actually, I live for mess. This one I was actually conflicted about that whole season. Cause I'm like, if that's true, if that lady if she chased the kitty cat, don't be putting her out there on blast like that. Like that lady got a whole husband. I mean, I know she should be cheating if that's the case, but I mean, if people don't know about her sexual explorations and stuff like that, don't put it out there. Let her be the one to tell people if she chooses to. And there was a lot.
Your arch nemesis would justify it because I know you hate Lisa.
Aaron
Kendrick hates Lisa Rinna.
I can't even say that name.
But you know what? I kind of see why she's going downhill. Like now, I'd say, especially coming for my girl Garcelle on that season, supposedly, I kind of see why.
Like, okay, girl, you better be ready for Black Twitter. You better be ready for Black Twitter. We on your ass. We on your ass, baby. We ready for you. Do what you want to do, little Lisa. Come on, little Lisa.
Be ready though. Be ready. You bad. Come
right.
And then we have Kim Richards giving back the bunny.
Indeed. Now that was a moment right there. And you know what? I don't even like that lady. I like Kim Richards, but I don't even like that other lady y'all mentioned. But one of my favorite gifts in the whole world, memes, whatever y'all want to call it, is that one long tear coming out of her eye. I can use that shit for anything I want to in the world. When I make a story or a post on that one tear coming out and her just looking at the camera, I'm like, okay, now that's a moment. That's a moment that you was an actual actress right there. Now that was good. That was Days of Our Lives right there. I like that. Okay,
Miss Renna.
Come on, Miss Ronald.
And our last one for you.
Oh,
One of my personal favorites, because I feel like that every day of the pandemic, I feel exactly like this moment. When Bethany Frankel had that cabaret breakdown, and she's like, life is not a cabaret.
Oh my! Let me tell you something.
Hyperventilating, and I feel that in my shondo.
That is the definition of and did. That is and did every day of the week. That I remember watching that scene in awe. Like I was like, this is what an Emmy-winning performance is. Like everything about this is masterful. Like she was literally like standing in the middle of the restaurant. She was using hands. She was flaring the dress out. And I was like, oh my God, this is everything. Like Luann didn't know what was coming. Tinsley was drunk as hell. She didn't know what was really going on, but she was trying to contribute. I was like, this is a moment in television history.
Everything played the Whitney.
Right. Drunk as hell trying to make her point. Of course I did, Luann. Like, calm down, baby.
Luann. And Luann goes to fucking rehab, and then she literally drinking vodka, and they're trying to stop her from drinking vodka, and she picks the glass of straight vodka up like and did.
Right. And did.
That's
and go do it again.
People keep talking about how New York needs to like do a refresh. Like, no, fucking OC needs a refresh or not to come back. Yeah, Luann has literally solidified her place in history. And
absolutely.
Anything else no one has to say.
I argue that she's giving more on that show than maybe anybody. She's giving more of her life than maybe anybody else on that show. Absolutely. Like she has put it all out there. We thinking about like when Bethany came back, literally all of those seasons were about Luann and the shit she was going through with all the men. And I was like, I live for every moment of this. I'm here for you, Countess. I'm here for you when you're drunk and when you're sober. I like it all.
And her songs, like literally.
Yeah, all of them are bops.
All her songs.
She do.
She does not miss, honey. Like.
I hope she performs again. I want to hear Viva La Diva on the opening of next season.
We just hope we can get a BravoCon one day. I feel bad I missed the first one. Like I feel like a fake fan because I didn't get to go to the first one.
No, a lot of people didn't go to the first one. I know a lot of Black people didn't either. So,
right.
The next one is going to be the real.
Right. That was the practice. We did the next one, the first quarter. I'm ready for it.
Y'all don't let the Black people know about it. So
right. I'm ready for it, baby.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming on our podcast. We are not done. We're going to take this party to Patreon, but definitely this is your moment to let the people know where they can find you and all about your podcast and your page and anything that you have coming up.
Ooh, okay. So everybody, first of all, follow me on Instagram at Housewives Marvel Podcast. I'm posting memes all the time. I'm giving you updates on the podcast. I'm literally interacting with Bravo While Black all day long. So if you've been on their page, you've probably seen one of my memes or anything. Follow. You can find my podcast literally wherever they got podcasts, okay? Apple Music, all that kind of good stuff. Spotify, everybody. Wherever your mama listen to podcasts, I'm right there. So go and find me. I'm Kendrick Tucker. It's me and you, the Housewives and Marvel 2. I'm talking about everything pop culture related, a strong emphasis on reality TV. And now I'm dropping a bonus episode every single Saturday talking about WandaVision, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, all the shows we got and movies we got coming out. You don't want to miss the ride. Come get on the boat. Don't miss this jet, baby. Get on the jet.
Yes, Lord.
Get on the jet, baby.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
Please follow Kendrick. He is literally one of my favorite podcasters.
And rate it 5 stars too.
Please rate it.
That's another thing.
That's so important.
Yes.
even if you don't want to listen to it, just go ahead and give him the five
Yeah.
stars, because that is really important. And give us five
Mm-hmm.
stars also if you haven't already, but I'm sure
Yes.
you have because you love us, obviously. But yes, rate him five stars and look out for Kendrick. He'll be other places too. He's going on a world tour, I feel. So thank you for blessing us with your presence. And
Yes.
guys, if you are not subscribed to the
Thank you
Patreon,
for
please go
having
to patreon.com/Bravo All Black. Subscribe to the Patreon. We have happy hour once a month with our like top tier subscribers. And if you are not, if you can't afford it, that's totally okay. We had bonus episodes for the lower tiers. So thank you so much. Happy Black
Thank
History Month.
you.
And thank you for coming. All
Of
right. Bye.
course.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.